Battle Royale. We do have ads coming, so we need to get this done. Right, Possessed Cat? I was so tempted to overstep my bounds and potentially order one for somebody as a giveaway. Because I know there's so many people who are in the community and are like me and typically can't afford it. And I would just love to make somebody's fucking Christmas. But I don't have the funds for that. And on top of that, not only do I not have the funds for that, I kind of have some things I gotta pay for that are a little extra this month. So that didn't get to happen. Right, Werebears? Right? Okay, I got all my tissue papers organized. Yeah, Possessed Cat. It would have been amazing. Do you know how amazing it would have been to me to give that away to one of y'all? It would have been so cool. Well, that one is not going to be an instant thing either. It's not going to get fixed, Possessed Cat. But thanks anyway. I appreciate your vote of confidence. It's a goner. It's a goner. Right, Werebear? Yeah, Cat. Rip Werebear. Rip Werebear. It's over. It's over. We win at least. But Wild's about to kick my ass. I have hiccups. I apologize. Well, that being said, Werebears, anybody who came in on the Battle Royale, if you have to go take care of yourself post stream stuff, please feel free to do so. And at this time, since I have officially dismissed you as necessary, I'm gonna say if you don't want spoilers for So Royal's Advent Yarn, don't look. We're gonna go through it pretty quickly, but not that quickly. Here we go. So these are the ones we have so far. Now, if you can't tell, I've got a double-sized pack here. I bought the 24 instead of the 12. So there's two variations for all of them. Yeah, Cameron. And that's not even all of it. More spoilers incoming. So, let me put this up here so I don't put it on my controller. This is Gemini number 1. And this will be Gemini number 2. They are amazing, Cameron. And they are so fluffy and soft. So good.
Ads are running.
Right.
Oh, Pix is here. Cover him up. Quick.
You're amazing, Pix. How dare you?
Oh,
Probably can't even see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the yellow and white mixture is very kind of lemon meringue-ish. You're not wrong. Pix, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I hope I didn't spoil anything for you. I'm so nervous about spoiling it for people this early in the day. Okay. But no, you're the one that's amazing picks. I'm I'm being a bad person. I'm being a bad girl and opening my yarn up on stream. I got you first, Pix. Karen. Yes, this is So Royal's Advent yarn. So we're going through, we're fixing the labels on because I kind of have wrinkled up my tissue paper really badly. There we go. Yep, it's so gorgeous. I'm in love with it, Pix. I bought a double-sized pack, so I've got 24 mini skeins. And I've got a really great plan of what to do with them. It's gonna be phenomenal. It is a lot, yep. It is a lot. No, this is Libra. This one is Libra. Now I'm concerned.
You take care of you.
Yes, absolutely. Take care of yourself, werebears.
Thank you for the raid.
We haven't gotten to Cancer yet. I think we're close, Possessed Cat. Yeah. So this one is Libra, if you can't tell. I'm sorry, I didn't say it. I was talking. This one is Libras. This is a purple. It's a little bit hard to see with my ring light. But these are purples. And this is a blue. There's a little bit of a grayish color in here that I think comes from the mix of the purple and blue being light. This green is absolutely gorgeous. It's a nice yellow variegation right here. This green is really phenomenal. It's not near, it's a little more vivid in real life than it is on picture. But it's so good. This one is one of my favorites. I'm going to say that about every single one of them, chat. Aquarius. This one is Aquarius. Yeah, I have to get rid of the tissue papers and I need a reference so I know what numbers were what. Because it's going to matter in the thing that I am making with it. Or should I say things? Things. I'm gonna 100% message her at some point about shipping to Australia because there's so much beautiful yarn on her site and I'm not the one who say, oh my god, I'll get that. No, I 100% agree, Cameron. You absolutely should. Absolutely should. It's absolutely fucking worth it. Yes, Aquarius is water. Have we seen Taurus? Yes. Yeah. Hold on. Let me pull Taurus back out. I'm just trying to keep my tissue papers nice and neat. That's Virgo. Is this Taurus? Oh, that's Virgo. They're like all the way back here, man. There it is. This one is Taurus werebears.
So good.
That's purple. Oh, in case you didn't know, that's a purple. It's not black. And I told her, I was like, oh my god, this is absolutely like gemstones for me. And she was like, I'm so glad you said that. Like, this 100% conjures gemstones into a yarn. Like, what the fuck? How amazing is that? But yeah, if you want to ask if we've seen one and have me re-show it, by all means, feel free to. I'll re-show it. Oh, this one was the Aries. These are Virgo. This one's Capricorn. And again, this was Aquarius. I need to write the number in here. I almost forgot. All right. Grab your hands, right, boom body. It's the most gorgeous, man. All right, werebears, have a nice nap. All right, who was asking about Cancer? Who was asking about Cancer? Because here it comes. Because you like it. You like it. All right, I'm gonna pull both of them out at the same time for you, Possessed Cat.
Make sure you make note which is which.
I didn't, but I'm pretty sure I know which one was the second one. Because there was a detail on it.
All right.
Pretty sure this is number 2 with the red on it.
I think you're right.
Yeah, isn't it amazing, Possessed Cat? Isn't it freaking gorgeous? Like, how does she do this? Yep. Thank you.
And 20.
Here we go. This one, I kind of screwed it up. I need to fix it. I keep taking them out to look at how they, like, variegate. And, then I fucked it up. Yeah, it's pretty much if you put Cancer into a yarn. Not like that, chat. Not like that. All right, and then we've got the final 2 sets. And I'm going to bring them out one at a time so I don't do this again. Pisces.
$21.
Thank you. This one is Pisces. And you can't really tell. This is like a little more green than it is blue. It's that same gorgeous teal color that's kind of splattered in the other stuff. Scorpio is the very last one, Crimson. So we'll get to that one in just a minute. Yeah, it's gorgeous. This color right here is what this all is. And it's just faded so that it's a little harder to see. So that's 21. Yeah, they do, Crimson, unfortunately. Unfortunately. And here's our second one for Pisces.
$22.
Cheers. Cheers. I want her glorious morning colorway yarn. It's absolutely beautiful, Possessed Cat. Hey, just remember, if you do buy any, as long as it's not yarn of the month is not eligible. But everything else is eligible to use the affiliate codes, and I do have an affiliate code for 10% off, guys. It's just hijinks. Several streamers have it. I'm one of the ones who got lucky enough.
$22.
Thank you. Cheers indeed, Boombody. How are you doing? How was your day? But yeah, so those are Pisces. This is such a beautiful blue. It's got a little bit of that green again over here. Kind of mixed, intermingled with the blue, if you will. All right, we're going to move these out the way. It's so many mini skeins, chat, and I love it so much. All right, this is number 23 out of 24. Welcome to Scorpio, chat.
$23.
Yep. Scorpio number 1. And Scorpio number 2. And we'll look at those a little closer in a minute. There we go. They're all labeled now. So the cool thing, it's a little hard to see, but you can make it out, is the gold speckles going through here. Like there's little goldish colors of yarn pieces in here. And it really fucking... It nails it. It nails it. There's some more of it. Almost a little more bronze-like, but I think that's just because it's mixed with the other colors. This is definitely like a super dark purple that leads into like a black almost. So yeah, there they all are. I've got my camera covered up. Sorry, chat. I apologize for that.
Mm-hmm.
All my wrinkly ass tissue papers. All right. So here they all are. So, again, I got a double-sized pack, chat. Cat, you better not. My dogs will get you. I'm in love with all of them, chat. I'm absolutely in love with all of them. I could tell you this one's my favorite, and then turn around 5 seconds later and go, this one's my favorite. And this one's my favorite too. And this one's my favorite. This one's also my favorite. This one's my favorite. This one is my favorite. This one is my favorite. When they're all your favorite, none of them are. What do you do with that? Right?
Oh.
It's so good. Oh no, Zakayla, are you supposed to look? Are you supposed to see that? Oh my god.